Welcome to another Soul Ties Sunday. This is a special edition.
Yeah.
You know that usually we are coming to you with your monthly seminar, but we have something extra special for tonight, and you are definitely in for a treat. Let me do something really quick. I need you all to share. Okay.
Share! Hit the share button.
Share before we even get into this, because this is getting ready to be so good. This is the special edition of Soul Ties, Soulside.
Yeah.
This is Soulside. And we're calling this Soulside because that's the name of Dale's new album.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys have not been asleep.
That came out today. Today it came out today.
Good morning. Wake up. The album is out. MD 2020 is his last album. The final album is over. He has done 12 incredible albums that have been good back to back. But I personally feel like this double album, because Soulside came out November 20th. So we got the whole, 2020 thing going on, November 20th, the 11th album, and then the 12th album today, 12/20 for Soulside. Personally, I feel like this double album is the best album of Mr. Dale's career.
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank y'all.
It's amazing.
Yes.
And we thought it would make sense for us to do a pause for the cause with Soul Ties, because Soulside is very connected with Soul Ties, the ministry.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that connection?
Yeah, it's the soundtrack to the transition. Being that this is my last album, the final album, and really a sending off of me going full force ahead with the Soul Ties movement, being an author and a speaker. I wanted to delve into some of the topics that I discuss in the books and at the seminars. So this is pretty much like the official soundtrack.
And tonight, y'all already know we have the premiere of Curses.
Yeah.
The first video.
The first,
Soulside. But we're gonna talk about some other stuff first.
Okay.
And so, wherever you are, the relationship. You talk about a bunch of relationships, different types of relationships in Soulside, much like you do with Soul Ties. But this one, got the skinship one on this one, the roller rink, Crystal Palace type vibe, like just really top down, windows down, cruise around the city type song. But you talking about some pretty heavy stuff in it. But tell me about the vibe of the song and why it was important to really catch, because this is a roller rink song.
I know, man. I know, and I wanted to get my old school on, but the album is pretty much ghostwritten. You know what I'm saying? And even though it was that vibe of track, it was like, but what I discussed, was heavy, like you said. But what it reminds me of is Before I Let Go. Maze and Frankie Beverly. Now, probably I may be slow to a lot of people, but I'm a music guy. So when I listen to music, I listen to music for the melody and the actual music. The track. Not so much the words. Like later in life, I'll pick up on some words. So for me, 2 years ago, I'm listening to Before I Let Go, and I'm realizing this is a breakup song. But we've had it at family reunions. We did the Soul Train. Like the groove makes it so happy-go-lucky, but it's a sad song. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the vibe of wherever you are. Like the beat is so old school, 90s, roller skate vibe, you know what I'm saying? Sunshine, drop top type riding music. But it makes you reflect on a relationship to where, I'm in this relationship, but the person that I'm in the relationship with is physically here, but not mentally here, not emotionally here. You know what I'm saying? So it's saying wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so if you want this, then I need to be able to find you. And if I can't find you, then I need to let you go. Shout out to my girl, Dawn McCoy. She's providing the lush melodies on that song.
Well, let's listen to these lush melodies and go and introduce the song to the people.
Yeah, this is on Soulside, y'all. It's called Wherever You Are. We at the Curses video release party, and we just having fun. So check out this song right here from the album. It was all a dream. I used to ride clean on the boulevard. I was too hard for your soft heart, but you made me feel like a real one. Caught feelings and I never had to feel one. Started real good with no pressure. Stayed after high school just to get fresher. We were so young and innocent. Couldn't tell me we wasn't ever sin. Graduated and I got sedated by the limelight and all your friends hated. And all of our communication get debated. And my feelings for you quickly got jaded. And all this love just faded from all the mistrust we created. I wonder if we ever really made it, or was the love just tainted?
If you want somebody and you think I'm special, come here and just let me know. I can't seem to find you though I'm right behind you. Love me or just let me go.
It's like you here but you not there, so you right there, maybe somewhere, just can't see clear. Or do you not care about how we got here? I try to voice it, but you don't hear. I try to be strong, but that don't last long. I lose my temper, same old song. We just can't get along, can't see eye to eye. We tell the truth mad and whisper sweet lies. It ain't no disguise, you like to hide pride, but it comes out when you start to cry. You don't communicate, incubate the hate. That is not good, you intoxicate. And I can't deflate, guess that's my ego. We be hanging on, we just can't let go. Is this a soul tie or a soul lie? We both gave up, we just so tired.
If you want somebody and you think I'm special, come here and just let me know. I can't seem to find you though I'm right behind you. Love me or just let me go. If you want somebody and you think I'm special, come here and let me know. I can't seem to find you though I'm right behind you. Love me or let me go. Wherever you are, gotta get to you, baby. Wherever you are, will you help me, baby? Tell me what you need. Help me see every little thing you need. Yeah. Tell me, baby. Just let me know, let me know. Love me or let me go.
Hey. See my feet when I'm skating. I'm skating backwards now. Okay, look. I love this song and it's so good. So many of us can relate to this. My question, because we really want to help the people who are watching today or tonight. How do you know? When to stick it out? Because when you are in a relationship where you can tell there's an elephant in the room, like We're not talking about the issues that we have. We're not talking about the fact that we're growing apart, that we're not connected. We don't talk the way we used to. We don't have the same affection we used to have. But we're still together. How do you know whether you should continue and try to work this thing out, or when to just call it quits? Is there a time frame? Limit?
I don't think there's a time limit to it. I think that there has to be, a compilation of things that need to go into play on whether or not you need to stick in a relationship where you feel like the other person has mentally or emotionally checked out. The first thing is prayer, to go to God and ask God, is this the right thing for me? Am I even supposed to be in this? The second thing would be, I would say, is communication, but not just any communication. It needs to be open and honest. Open and honest, communication between both parties about where they are. You know what I'm saying? Because while the song is talking about trying to locate, it would be better if I knew, right? Yeah. It'd be better if she told me where she was versus her hiding behind, a facade or, her job or career, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever things you all have behind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so communication, prayer, and then the third thing that I would say is being concretized in your decision. Mm-hmm. That once you prayed about it, once you and that person made a decision, if you heard from God, you don't need to counsel with man no more. Yeah. And a lot of times, in relationships, we tend to bring other people in it, and their opinions and their what you think about it, girl. We call our friends, our best friends, our family, and this and the third. But look, it just needs to be you and that other person. And once you all make a decision, be concretized in it. Stick to the decision. You know what I'm saying? And stick it out together and work it out together.
Yeah. Now, so that's a good transition into our next song, "Fix It," where. We'll talk about the ministry of the song later, but it is truly, truly, truly a powerful song. Yeah. And so, with "Fix It," tell us where your mind had to go to even allow you to open up on a song like that.
You know what, man? For me, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it. The whole album was ghostwritten. And when you talk about something in grave detail, like what I talked about on "Fix It," you do have to channel yourself and really just go back to that place. And for me, what made that happen was the track. The track took me there. Yeah. The track took me to 2196 Jamie Drive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The house where it all started, where the hell started, where these memories I will live and die with. You know what I'm saying? And just being able to convey them in a graphic way. And that's why I feel like the song, even though I feel like I did a good job with the song, I will have a video for that too. Yeah. Because I just feel like it deserves a visual representation of what I put down.
Yeah, it does.
Well, till we get the video, we got the audio.
We got the audio and your imagination.
Yes. You don't have to imagine that hard because it's plain.
Yes.
Yeah, this is "Fix It" from the Soulside album. Check it out. From inception, I dealt with rejection, figured out a way to block it out. Sex, but that downfall led to my deception. Never mind that part, I was molested by my babysitter, and that made me bitter. My mama left me out like pick of the litter, but I'm not a quitter. Gave me ambition, never respecting. You wonder why I never listen. Your lack of motivation led to my frustration. And if love is a house, then why my heart breaking? Or would you blame Satan like you don't play a part? Guess what we fake and the light never tells the dark, because the dark knows. And when the wind blows, I feel the cold in my soul, it won't let me go. Don't wanna suffer no more. Nah, but she don't wanna let it go. Up to the sky. Can I ask the Lord why? In the city where the skinny really die, man, she don't wanna fix. Yeah, man, she don't wanna fix. Nah, and I still wonder why. Will I live? I'd rather die, cause they never will appreciate the try. Lord, she don't wanna fix. Nah, man, she don't wanna fix. Yeah, we called him Mister. Even before I got my name, he had bloodshot eyes, brought me lifetime pain. He was on cocaine, shooting Kurt Cobain. He was so insane, and I ain't been the same, never. My mama told me she would make it better, till he brought his check home and put it on the dresser. Guess the love of money made me the lesser. 13 years of that pressure gave me stress, cuz where the love, bruh? I'm feeding for myself, this is stress, fuck. I just want a peace of mind from this hellhole. Rage beating, you talking about a stronghold. I wonder where my daddy, somewhere in the caddy. A Rolling Stone won't check after his own, sadly. I just need some protection, badly. Sometimes I wish it never had. I hold my head up to the sky. Can I ask the Lord why? In the city where the skinny really die, man, she don't wanna fix. Yeah, man, she don't wanna fix. Nah, and I still wonder why. Will I live? I'd rather die, cause they never will appreciate the try. Lord, she don't wanna fix. Nah, Lord, she don't wanna fix. Yeah. Now, to my surprise, met an angel in disguise. To my surprise, she was an angel in disguise. Does that make her a demon from some region? I can hear the legion screaming, trying to get out. She's stuck in the ways and never let out. Nightmares in the house, she can't forget by. Wonder if the pain from her dad made her seek out somebody who the race saw the stains and the letdowns. Or is it me? Did I fail and produce a hell that conformed her and transformed her into a shell? Made her cry like 10,000 times. That she wanna switch sides and adapt to my crimes. I'm a man, I get it, I admit it, I did it. Blame it on my youth and my ignorance. Sorry, I prayed to the Lord for forgiveness, but she don't wanna fix. I hold my head up to the sky. Can I ask the Lord why? In the city where the skinny really die, man, she don't wanna fix. Yeah, man, she don't wanna fix. Nah, and I still wonder why. Will I live? I'd rather die, cause they never will appreciate the try. Lord, she don't wanna fix. Nah, Lord, she don't wanna fix. Yeah, nah.
It's so raw and it's so uncut and it's so transparent, and that song it brings me to tears, like to listen to what you've gone through, you know, and to hear the hurt and the pain. I mean, I haven't heard any rappers, you know, especially not on the Kingdom side, really be that open and that vulnerable about their childhood, about the pain that they've endured. But the thing that I love most about this song is how you switch. Like, you know, in the beginning, you're talking about your mom and, you know, walking through what you went through with her, and then it switches. Talk a little bit more about that switch and why you did it that way.
Well, again, that was the way, that was the ghost, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And for those of y'all who don't know, the Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, ghost written. Yeah, the first two verses have to do with she don't want to fix it. Like that's of course, the hook in the song. But it has to deal with the fact that, okay, my dad left and, you know, she's working, so she's not able to fully parent me, you know, and so from her not being there as a parent, I get molested, you know, I get turned on to things that I had no business getting turned on to, and instead of trying to fix it, she demonizes it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what a lot of people go through is that, you know, we tend to demonize the fact that you failed in parenting. Yeah. You know, we look at our kids and say, oh, it's a demon, it's the devil. No, it's maybe it's you. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's what I grew up seeing. Maybe it's what I see in this house. So the second verse deals with my stepfather coming in and abusing me for the first time, and then me telling her about it and she not wanting to fix it. And I think a lyric in the song is, I guess, you know, he put his check on the dresser. I guess the love of money made me the less of. You know what I'm saying? So made me lesser than money. Like money was the priority. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And as a child, I saw and knew that. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So she don't want to fix it. So then there's a proverb, train up a child in the way he should go. When he becomes old, he will not depart from it. So I was trained in mental, emotional, physical abuse. So I get kicked out the house at 18 and I abuse my girlfriend. I speak to her the way my stepfather was speaking to my mother. You see what I'm saying? So now here comes the curse. You see what I'm saying? Now here comes the curse. And even though throughout the third verse, at the end, I talk about me praying and getting saved and asking for forgiveness, but that's why the song doesn't have a happy ending. It's not a fairy tale ending because now she don't want to fix it. So it's just, the girl. So it's like mama didn't want to fix it, now the girl don't want to fix it. And so it's like these are the consequences that you have to live with, you know what I'm saying, being a product of a toxic environment.
Yeah. And it's interesting, something that you say sometimes, I don't know, I can't remember if you said it on this song or maybe just in ministry, but you talk about how you were attracted to women who reminded you of your mom. And a lot of times, you know, we're still attracted to that painful past, and you explain that it's train up a child in the way you should go, so even though something is hurting you, you can still be attracted to it.
Yeah, because it's familiar. It's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And anything outside of the familiar would not be comfortable for us. And because it wouldn't be, like, so you could, like, I could have a good woman, right? A woman that's not like my mother. But we could be so toxic that we sabotage the situation to make it familiar. So we'll start the fight. We'll start the drama. We'll pick at stuff. We'll you know what I'm saying? We'll bring that culture into this because we haven't detoxed. We haven't, you know, healed. We haven't let it go. So therefore, it travels with us. It preys on me. It stays with me.
Look at jumping ahead. That's just a little.
That was a sneak peek.
Of what's coming from coming up next. Is there anything that we can do? Because, you know, to avoid being attracted to that side. Because I know even with women, a lot of times, you know, even sometimes it's not them being there, it's the lack of. So like a lot of times I feel like as women or as young girls, we can gravitate toward a certain type of man because our father wasn't there. You know, and we're looking for that. And a lot of times it ends up being the wrong kind of love because we're just wanting something. How can we avoid those toxic attractions?
I think I talk about it in my first book is to quarantine yourself and to really get and build a relationship with God to where He directs your steps. Because it's so often that, you know, we just go out there and we just do it on our own. And we don't have the knowledge or the know-how or the education or the experience to be able to say, you know what, I need to do it this way. No, we just go out there and we freestyle our relationships. So I think it's very important to quarantine, to get in such a deep relationship and one-on-one relationship with God to where He orders your steps.
Yeah.
Okay, so from one parental relationship to another with your voice. Now, I had the honor of actually being in the studio when really you sat there and wrote it in front of me. You know, like you, Carla, and like just to see how a song like that came together and to experience just the vibe in the room, it was really amazing.
Yeah.
It was like you're looking at the conception and birth of, in my opinion, a masterpiece because of how you, for the Mr. Dale fans, you have really walked us through this relationship with your father.
Yeah, yeah.
And to have such a powerful track where, again, you're talking about that relationship and then really the mourning process of it. Mourning is something that we as black people do not deal with well. You know, there are always these jokes about people acting crazy at the funeral and all of that, but when we lose someone, like it hurts us deep.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know about any other, but I know from what it really cuts deep. And so for you to put yourself in this vulnerable place and to create a song that is cathartic for a lot of people, like who are hearing it, like what, as you going through your emotions, they going through their emotions, like it was truly a beautiful thing. And so not just with this song, but with all the songs that you've given us, why do you think it was important for you to share that relationship with your father as far as the reuniting, the forgiving, and then the mourning of it?
Yeah, because I know, you know, from the music even to now, the Soul Ties movement, I have been an inspiration and an icon for that relationship. You know, for young black males that didn't know their fathers. Yeah. You know, it's the typical story. So for me to not only seek him out, but be broken to the point where I cannot handle the relationship the way I would like to. You know, the angry black son, you know what I'm saying, that want to cuss you out and say, you know, if you would have been here, you know what I'm saying, this never would have happened, and this, that, and the third. So I don't know, I just feel like it was really a part of my purpose and a part of my story for this song, these books to be written, and for men and women alike, but especially men, to be able to break the chain, you know, of angry black men and fatherless black men, you know. And to me, the key to breaking that was forgiveness through the lens of love. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and introduce the song to the people.
Yeah. So this is Your Voice. This song right here is about my father. Yeah. Like you said, Fix It is about my mother. Your Voice is about my father, and it's featuring the breathtaking. Sounds of Coco Marie, who lost her father as well. So enjoy. Sometimes I wonder if I pray, would you stay? Little child running wild, I was so afraid. Guess my mama, she strayed. You supposed to be saved. Tell me who gon' save me when I've been betrayed. Guess a son needs a father, but does a father need a son? I say that cause you run, but who you running from? Is it me or my mom? Responsibility's none. Ain't no son when he's gone. The pain has just begun.
my homies don't got a damn. I'm 35 and I'm still mad. All of the nights that I never had, I'm feeling robbed and you know I'm sad. Holy Ghost told me that I'm a man. If I free myself from the misery, forgiveness will give me the victory, and love will rewrite the history. So I reached out and you answered. 2 years later, got cancer. God, I don't understand this. I'm hurting and I need answers. But I thank God for the memory, and you thanking God for just sending me. You're leaving so soon, it's a mystery, but I'll see you soon in the heavenly.
Because the pain I feel will not go away. The smile that looks and haunts my thoughts, not one memory erased, but I hear your voice. Yeah, pain of the memories. It's eating me
it just is so powerful, and there's so much that we can take from that song. And I'm so grateful to know that you had that opportunity, you know, to reconnect with your father after growing up without him, not knowing him, but to be in a position where you had such a short period of time. It's such a blessing that you decided to forgive, that you decided not to hold the past and keep, you know, holding a grudge, because you just never know how much time you were going to have. There are a lot of people who have been hurt, who've gone through things like you have, and have a hard time forgiving, especially when the person never apologizes. And in this case, because you never brought it up, he never brought it up, it was never discussed, and so there was no real sorry, there was no apology, but you forgave him anyway. Why is it so important for us to forgive people, even when they don't apologize?
Well, I think it's important because, you know, first and foremost, we have to reimagine forgiveness. And what I mean by that is that normally people do not see forgiveness the way God intended it to be seen. They see forgiveness as, okay, you have to apologize and then I think about forgiving you. Or, you know, you have to restitute the situation by me taking you through all these different loops and hurdles, and before it makes me feel good enough or I get to a place to where I then can forgive you. That is not the way God told us to forgive. Forgiveness is predicated, number one, on a command. It's not even a choice. And I think people think we have a choice, but you don't. You don't have a choice. He says, I commanded you to love. And love is not keeping record of when you have been done wrong. So that's a command to forgive, right? The second thing is forgiveness is predicated on your livelihood. He said, if you don't forgive, I won't forgive you. And he also said, the same measure you use in forgiving, I will use that same with you. Yeah. So that means if you halfway do it, then God is going to halfway forgive you. You know what I'm saying? And then the third thing that he covered was that our prayers will be hindered if we don't forgive.
That's so good.
That he don't even hear our prayers. He says, if you come to the altar asking me for something, leave it at the altar and go and forgive the people that you have aught with. So forgiveness is so major. And I think that we as people need to reimagine that, and that's what I had to do with my father. That's what he taught me, not just with my father, but also with my mother. You know, for allowing, for my stepfather to be abusive to me and to her, for, dealing with the hell that I dealt with. So it's just reimagining that. And if you really love God and have a relationship with God, he says it in his own words. If you love me, then obey me. What are one of the things we got to obey? Forgiving the unforgivable.
So before we go into the next question, I want to introduce First Lady of DMG.
Yes.
D. McGee herself.
Welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad and honored to be here.
Yes, we are so glad to have you here as well because you did your thing on this next song, which is Curses.
Yes.
And so it was a joint effort. But since we were just talking about your parents in that relationship, curses, of course, talking about generational curses, something that you've helped many people, myself included, break in their lifelines. And so why was it important to put a song, Curses, on MD 2020?
Man. Well, I mean, Soulside is really what it is. It's really me bearing my soul. And I really feel like, it was ghost written. The whole album, it was Holy Ghost written. And I've never heard a song about generational curses, ever. Outside of me, I've never heard anyone really go in depth and teach and talk about it like I talk about it on Soul Ties. And it's just a part of, I guess, of the untying and freeing, myself. And in response, I'm seeing so many other people being freed by the lyrics of this song. Yeah. The inspiration is Romans 7, that whole chapter of Paul saying that, man, I want to do right, but every time I go to do right, I end up doing something wrong. And there's something in me that is making me do this. And he couldn't really describe it, but the way he articulated it was, simple but profound. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, I wanted Curses to be that, but I wanted it to be raw and profound, going as far as the things that I talk about in the song, and dealing with the curses that my father, his father, passed on. And that's why it was so important for me to find him, because I feel like whenever you don't know a parent, you miss, even doctors. I ask you this: if you go to a doctor for the first time, they're gonna be like, have your mother had any history of cancer? Or have your father had any? And things are first natural, then spiritual. Right. So I feel like, for me to really go and dig deep into this, I was like, I had to find my father because I need to understand why I think the way I do, why I move the way I move. Why do I say or think or, have certain feelings, what I mean? And they are all connected to that sin that's in the blood that we call generational curses through the DNA. Yeah. And then, the first step is to discover it before I put it to death. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't put nothing to death unless you discover it.
Right. And good. So, why was it? I know in other interviews you mentioned how the featured artists were all very intentional.
Yeah.
So what was it about this song where you were like, I gotta have D McGee on this song?
Well, I'm gonna set her up for it, and then I'll let her answer the question. But me knowing her, it's the same thing. It's things that she has experienced from her mother. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? From her parents, that she felt that she unraveled at a certain time, that she began to discover and be like, wait a minute, this comes from, I get this from, you know what I'm saying? So I knew she could relate to it, and not only that, I knew she could add the type of oil that I needed, for the song, because it is so raw and powerful and anointed. So it was like I needed her stamp and signature of anointing to really collaborate with me on that. So.
Well, he didn't say everything. He said it all. But yeah, that is so true. It's a lot of things, like I was just telling him like a couple of months ago, I think we was talking about it, and I was just telling my sister, it's some things that we trying to sit down as sisters trying to figure out, like, why we think this way, why do I attract the kind of people that I attract? Because when I said, I was like, you know what, you remember when we was like 7 or 8, when, mom did this and did that. So I see myself doing the exact same thing. And it's like, I don't want that on my kids. Yeah. Like I said, we don't talk about it a lot with generational curses. We don't. But the thing about it is when we sit there and just realize like something, we gotta sit down. And then a lot of times we was like, we actually looking for a counselor like now, because it's like it's getting really deep, and it's like we as sisters and family, we gotta get to the bulk of this. And we know we do a prayer line now at 12 o'clock to start breaking these generation curses that our family do now. Awesome. So it's that serious, and I think this is amazing what Dale is doing, because a lot of people, we're not getting taught about generation curses. I was born and raised in churches. Both of my grandfathers were preachers. So, but you never really heard about generational curses. So like I said, I'm in my 30s. I'm 36, and I'm just realizing 5 years ago of like why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, what kind of, before I got married, why I was attracting these kind of men, things like that. And so I went all the way back to my child. When I thought about it, I was like, dang, Nana, you remember, you know what I'm saying? And you don't talk about it. Right. But I'm grateful that Dale has given us this platform to really talk about it, and even to think about it like, because when I got through listening to the words, I was telling Dale, I said, Natalie, I need you to go listen to these words and Miss Dilla saying, like, it was crazy, because we was just trying to form, and not that we don't believe in counseling, like going to get help and get counseling, and it's like, it's crazy. So I know this wasn't but God, because I don't talk about it a lot. Like, I talk to Dale about it, but I don't go out there and say, well, yeah, we did, when I look outside, and I don't do that. But I'm glad that he's given the platform so we can speak about it, we can talk about it. So when I do see those, because my children are born from me, and I'm born from my mom. Yeah. So it's like, I want to go ahead and break it off of me, and I want to go ahead and ask God to break that curse right now off my kids, off my children, because generation curses are very heavy. If you don't get to the grit of it, and just really ask God, you're going to have to break this, because I don't want to go through this again. I don't even want to see my kids go through this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want them to experience what I experienced as a child. So Dale, you listen. Dale is doing his thing with this generation curses. I'm not only just saying it because of Dale, but it's just something that he has released it's kind of like a, when you got a cough, like you're trying to get it, so you coughing hard. So it's like something that he has pulled out of me to really like, dang, Natalie, and Tamara, y'all, we need to sit down and get to the bulk of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it has to stop with us.
It got to stop with us.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we have, in the information age, all this technology and all it's doing is dumbing down our kids. Yes. We need to take the technology and all this insight, all these videos, everything, all this information we get, and then do what Dee and her family and sisters are doing. Sitting down and saying, okay, our parents, our grandparents, they never dealt with it. Yep. We know the information now. We know everything. We got iPods and iPads, and we seeing all these videos and everybody teaching woo. Okay, it stops with us. Yep. Our kids will not have to go through what we went through.
And let me say another thing too. I've noticed things that how I was as a child, I see Quincy and sometimes Quentin doing the stuff that even me being just a girl, but it's just like how I used to just be like a bully. My sister used to be. My mom told me I was her worst child. Like I used to be a bully. Like if you had something in your hand, I'd probably come and kick you and stuff. And I see that now with Junior doing that to Quincy. So I'm like, nah, I'm finna break this right now because I used to be like that. I used to be the bully in my sister. So it's like you got, and because I know now about generational curses. I know when I see it, when I know, we finna break this right now, bro. Don't you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's so real and it's so needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's so needed, you know, because like I said, we don't talk about generational curses. That's why people are losing their mind because they don't know that background of their mental health, you know. They don't know a lot of things that was going on because they don't really know their family or their mother or don't really have that close relationship or they don't even. I'm grateful. Because I have people like that. I got people like my sisters. Because I'm grateful for the opportunity that God has given me, even the vision of giving me of knowing, okay, this is the curse that needs to be broken.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't get that. So I'm really grateful for just God even just giving you the vision, you the anointed, a pen that you wrote there with the words you was, man, listen. Dale, I'm getting chills right now. Like the song is powerful. And I think this is really you really finna get a lot of people help.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
let's bless the people.
Let's bless the
What we talking about?
Go ahead and introduce this song.
All right, y'all. World premiere, man. I'm so grateful at everything that was said about it. But I want to see you in the comments. Get free tonight. Let's get free tonight. Whatever line, whatever verse I spit that resonates with you, put it in the comment. Let's just all get free. No judgment zone. World premiere. Curses. Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I go to war like I'm Sun Tzu. I meditated like a Hindu over the sin that these men do. All the while we still claim true to the game, but playing this game then brought much pain too. I lay back in the cloud of smoke, looking for hope through this dope and getting spooked by the Holy Ghost. I hang myself, I don't need a rope. So many tears, I done cried, I done died 1,000 times with these curses. The curses. I'm trying to deal with my curses. My curses. Just wanna heal from these curses. These curses. Can you feel all the curses? The curses. Man, it's so real. I feel the drama from my daddy, the trauma from my mama. It's infected through my blood. It cut like Benihana. I can't help it, I'm a goner. Can't bring another woman in this life that's so ironic. She cheat, that go to karma. I can't run from it. It stays with me. It prays with me. Over my shoulder, man, it prays on me. Tried to reverse it, but it came back. Just like a snapback. When I'm on the road to healing, devil get me off track. Or is it me? Paul said it was the sin in me. Them curses from my generation, purses for general purpose. I dissect the mess to get a message. Guess I'm cursed just to be a blessing. Gotta respect it, it's the curses. The curses. I'm trying to deal with my curses. My curses. Just wanna heal from these curses. The curses. Can you feel all my curses? My curses. Man, it's so real, it's the curses. The curses. I'm trying to deal with my curses. My curses. Just wanna heal from these curses. These curses. I can't conceal all these curses. These curses. Making appeal for my curses. My curses. I'm trying to deal with my curses. My curses. Just wanna heal from these curses. These curses. I wanna kill cause of curses, curses, the curses. Or should I kneel for the curses?
All these curses.
Oh my God. listen, I feel so, okay, let me tell you the thing about this song. It's crazy because the lyrics are so heavy. There are times where I'm like crying. Like I remember maybe a couple days after it came out, I was driving, I just had so much on my mind, and I listened to the song 3 times back to back. And the last time I was bawling, like just crying, thinking about the things that I have overcome, the things that I need to overcome, the things that were passed down from my father. Like it was just so much. But at the same time, there are moments where I'm like, it's my jam. And I don't know how you can match the two of them together to where it's like, but it's incredible because while it's so heavy and it's so deep and it takes you thinking and sometimes it's painful, what I love about you and both of you is you have these beautiful personalities and this spirit that just brings joy, like when you walk in the room. And I think you've done such a great job of helping us through the pain by allowing us to still kind of jam and have fun. So you still because the beat is so hidden and because y'all sound so good, sometimes you can kind of like just enjoy that. And while you're you're working through that, but the song is just a hit. I don't know how to say it. I've never heard like a soul song that's like a banger. Like it's a hit.
I told when Dale let me listen when I first came over there, I was like, damn, I know I frame me a little lyric, give me a hook. They was like, I don't know, you just do a hook. I was like, okay, cool, let's go. So when he played that dun, I was like, okay, I feel it. Mr. Dale did that hook, curses. I was like, okay, curses. Cause just your head is like all these curses. They was like, I like it, let's go. Like it was crazy. It was quick. It was crazy. Like and just listening, I'm like, Dale, and this what he's saying, they're like, y'all want the woo, and I'm like, Dale, I don't even want to touch it. Like I might do a little bit like I said 1,000 times a ghost or I did a little bit, but I ain't even want to touch it because it was like, sometimes you can overdo something and then you be like, they ain't even need to do all that. They just, because they can kill the song. You can kill a song. But I was like, D, all right. He was like, just give me a little, okay, I got you. So, and it's so smooth and just be like, damn, have somebody just really think about these curses. It's just that vibe.
But you did a great job. That's one thing I will say is you did a wonderful job. And I told Dan, it's just enough. Like what you did was perfect. It was just and like the moments that you highlighted were strong moments. My favorite part is Cloud of Smoke. I don't know, but that's my part because I don't.
Holy Ghost.
I had to say Holy Ghost though. Baby, you killed
that. I was like, I said, okay, these that give it up, I get you. I was like, Cloud of Smoke. Yeah.
Okay, so for the people watching, how do you break those generational curses?
Well, the first thing is you have to be real about it. So I think that you have to identify that you even have them in the first place. You know what I'm saying? In order to be healed, you have to be real. So you have to admit that something is wrong. After that, you have to forgive. You have to forgive yourself first, and then forgive those who, whether it be father, mother, whoever you felt wronged you. You know what I'm saying? Then the third level is to forget it. The Bible says, forgetting the things which are behind me. A lot of times we live in our past by playing it presently. You know what I'm saying? But we have to forget it and don't say you can't do it because God never would have wrote it if you couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He don't give us more than we can't handle. So you have to not have it at the forefront of your mind. Once you decide to drop it and detox from it and let it go, then let it go. Don't pick it back up. Don't, you know, people will keep you in the prison of your past.
Yeah.
But you don't have to stay there. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the last step is to face it. Every walk, every step, you're doing it by faith.
Yeah.
Even if you slip and fall and mess up, it's all right. You get right back up. We renew day to day.
Yeah.
And you hit the next day. And you walk in your healing. You walk in your detox. You walk in your wholeness.
That's so good. Man, well, I am so grateful
Yeah.
that you gave us this incredible album.
Yes.
Because there's so much ministry, like, in the music. Like, every single song on this album has a message in the music. And for those Soul Ties fans who are just now getting to know you, unfortunately, you all have to catch up because it's over.
Dirty in a rap.
This is the last album, but every single thing that he has put out from the beginning, you know, it's been a journey. It's been him telling his story, and you get to hear 20 years of growth, 20 years of maturity in Christ, and it blesses you. So I want to encourage you all to please get this album, like, support this, get both sides of it. I mean, we've got a great package also available where you can get both of the albums. You can see even more of the behind the scenes on the documentary. So just support it and then go back in time. You know, he's got 12 amazing albums that you can support. So please share with them how they can get this.
Well, definitely, y'all, go to MrDale.com right now. For those of you all who are watching, you actually get a free gift if you text curses to 31996. You get something free that nobody else will be able to get, only those who watch this. But you can get the whole entire album right now at MrDale.com. And thank D. McGee. Thank you so much. Thank Timo. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Merk. P31, y'all. This took the place of our Soul Ties seminar, the last one for the year, so we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all for tuning in, and don't forget, in the words of my sister, share.
Run them views up.
Run the views up. Share that video. Let's make curses a movement to all our friends, all our families. Let's get healed and whole together, y'all. Listen, God bless you. Oh, and if you want to sow a seed into our ministry, you can cash app us at The Soul Ties or MrDale.com. Hit the donate button and make a donation. All right? So, thank y'all for watching. God bless you. Good night.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.